It doesn't matter if a place has great jobs and plenty of prepared people if there's no way to get the people to the jobs or goods and services to market. And that's why the Allegheny Conference has made world-class infrastructure the focus of its third strategy. This past June, the conference organized a benchmarking visit to Denver. The Colorado capital has become a magnet for 20-somethings, leading the nation and attracting young people. A robust economy and plenty of sunshine are part of it. But Denver's leaders aren't taking it for granted. They've embarked on a multi-billion-dollar transportation build-out, the largest project of its kind in the country. Imagine building a light rail link from downtown to the airport and bus rapid transit from the city to the university community at the same time. Well, that's what they're doing in Denver and much, much more.
What it is 122 miles of commuter rail and light rail, 18 miles of bus rapid transit, 21,000 additional parking spaces, 57 new transit stations along those lines, and the redevelopment of a historic train station, which is where we are now. So the scale of this is massive. It's the largest voter-approved transit expansion program in this country, and it's at about $8 billion right now.
Well, a big part of that rationale in Denver has been about attracting and retaining millennials, and that's something that hasn't been lost on the delegation from our region. With me now, Flemming Bjornslev, who has chaired the Transportation Infrastructure Committee of the Allegheny Conference, has a day job as president and CEO of Lanxess, and Ken Zapinski, senior vice president for energy and infrastructure at the Allegheny Conference, and the staff lead on our efforts in transportation and infrastructure. I got to ask both of you, Flemming, you've been to Colorado. Ken, you were there. I mean, what they're doing is really pretty amazing.
It is indeed, Bill, and I must say that transportation infrastructure is essential, also for Pittsburgh, the Allegheny County, Western Pennsylvania, and in general throughout the world. I think more than ever it's crucial that we think global but act local, also with regards to transportation infrastructure. Already now 95% of worldwide consumers live outside the United States. That means that continuously it will be increasingly important to get the raw materials into our sites to produce and add value to the products and get them out again. And obviously getting the right people for the job and getting them in and out. That is crucial.
Well, and we're really talking about connectivity or transportation in a very broad sense, Ken.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
And I think that was what really blew away the delegation that went to Denver, that they had infrastructure problems. They had a challenge. In their case, it was they were getting 50,000 new people a year coming to their region. How do you incorporate these people in the best, most productive way? So they really took a holistic view of what connectivity was, how to connect themselves to the region, to the world, and really put together a vision and a framework for transportation and figured out a way to make it happen, and that's what they're doing now. And I think that there was a lot of discussion among our regional leaders that if Denver can do it, then we can do it here in the Pittsburgh region.
I wanted to, Flemming, your business covers pretty much the Western Hemisphere. I mean, when you're thinking about locations and expansions, these transportation factors, do they play a lot in your decision making?
They sure do. I mean, obviously it's not the sole decision-making point there, but obviously, again, it's crucial to be backwards integrated into raw materials, into energy. Hence why, obviously, with the shale gas in the region, that's a big factor in our thoughts in finding and the right location and making the right decisions. So again, infrastructure is up there on the top priority list.
So where do you begin in dealing with this, Ken, as you look ahead to the next 3 years? How's the Allegheny Conference going to tackle this?
Well, what we've pledged to do is really work collaboratively across the entire region. It's not an Allegheny Conference plan. It's not an Allegheny County plan. We really want to get a regional transportation infrastructure vision. Talk to groups that are out there, understand what the issues are that are hindering connectivity. And we're not just talking about roads, we're talking about transit, we're talking about bike paths, we're talking about all modes, car share, all modes of transportation that both attract the people that are necessary to produce the products to keep the economy going, but also not ignoring the freight in, materials in, finished product out, connecting to markets in the eastern United States, across the country, and indeed around the world. It's infrastructure that really sets that foundation to make that possible.
Well, a lot to think about, obviously a lot to do in the years to come. Fleming Bjornslev from Lanxess, Ken Zapisky from the Allegheny Conference. Thank you both so much.
Well, thanks,
Thank
Bill.
you for having us. Thanks, Bill.
And next up, a final thought on the opportunities and the challenges ahead for our region. Stay with us.